Hey guys, let's just jump into it. We got a Death Note review. So, for all you guys who don't know what Death Note is, Death Note is about a high schooler, probably the smartest high schooler in the Kanto region of Japan, and a Shimigami, a god of death, drops down a notebook that any person's name you write in that notebook will die. So, the main character, Light, he's bored with life. He gets all the girls, he gets straight A's, he's the smartest dude around. So he's bored. He sees the notebook fall from the sky in class one day, and out of curiosity, he goes, picks it up, goes home, and is probably going to go take a nap. And then he's like, you know what? Maybe this book is real. Maybe it's not a cruel prank. And there's a criminal on TV, and he writes down the criminal's name in the notebook, and in 40 seconds, he dies of a heart attack. And he's like, no way. Is this real, or is it fake? Later, there's a girl getting mugged by some thugs, and he writes down the thug's name because he says his name beforehand, and he gets absolutely impaled by a bus. And he's like, oh shit, this is the real deal. So now he knows that this notebook's all powerful. Anyone's name you write down in the book will die. And it's a great first episode, great first hook. When the Shimigami, the god of death, comes down, Ryuk, Light has already written down hundreds of names. So you're like, oh, this dude's taking it for real. Ryuk also says that most humans, or I think all humans, haven't written down that many names. And so then, obviously, he kills, like, let's say 400 criminals. I think that's where it's at. And then the best detective in the world, the number one, number two, and number three detective in the world, L, comes into the picture. And then after that, it just becomes the most insane, 1,000 IQ, who can outsmart each other, overanalyzing tennis matches, potato chips, everything under the sun, type of psychological thriller. Absolutely amazing, fun to watch. One season, so it's nice, quick, and done. I thought the show was absolutely fantastic. For anyone who hasn't watched it, I say just click off this video right now and go watch it. You're doing yourself a disservice not watching it. But saying that you clicked on this video, I'm pretty sure you've watched it and just want to hear my thoughts. So, I just randomly stumbled across this show. I think I saw a TikTok video on it, and I was like, this looks pretty fun to watch. I haven't watched it. Maybe broaden my horizon. Really, all I've watched is isekai and shonen anime. So I was like, let's watch this one. And I thought it was amazing. I think that the combination of L and Light in the show, with the opening credits, Light's hair turning red like evil and Light's blue like the good guy. But when you're watching the show, you don't really know who, or I mean, you do know who's the good and bad guy, but you don't know who to exactly root for because you want to see both of them win. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I thought the supporting cast was pretty decent. I thought the show was heavily, heavily carried by L and Light. I think that there's no question about it that those two stole the show. And the supporting cast is alright. I mean, the Shimigami are fun to watch because, I mean, obviously they're gods of death. They're playing their part. And then the rest of the cast is, like Misa, for example. Misa's an alright character. I think she gets a lot of hate that's undeserved. I thought that she was fun. I think she's a little smarter than what puts on, but still at the end of the day, it's like, whatever, you know. And then you have Nier and Mello. I won't go too deep into it because I'm going to keep this a spoiler-free review, but they're just not the same. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But it's just not the same. Simple as that. But for the characters, it really just comes down to Light and L. I think those two absolutely stole the show, like I said. It's just so much fun to watch them. Like, it's insane how much of an impact they have on the watching experience, because as soon as you see them on the screen, you're like, all right, time to glue in, like, lock the fuck in, because some shit's about to go down. Like, I'm sure probably many of you guys have seen the potato chip scene. I thought that was such an insane scene. I showed it to some of my friends, and they're like, why is there so much suspense? And I'm like, this is what the show does. It can make a potato chip scene super suspenseful. It's crazy. And then all over TikTok, you hear the sounds like, this is my perfect world. This comes from this show. Crazy. There's some more TikTok sounds that all come from this show. Like, it's insane. You have episode 6. I think episode 6 is when it really sealed the deal for me, when you have Naomi, the FBI agent's wife, and the probably like 15 minutes of her and Light just going back and forth, just trying to one up each other the entire time. Like, that's an amazing supporting character. This is an amazing show. This is a must-watch show. For, like I said, if all you guys who haven't watched it, please go watch it. I think it's a show that anyone who hasn't even watched anime can go and pick up, just because it's not like your typical anime. This is like a cool premise. Just look it up if I didn't do a great explanation of it, but I think I did pretty well. But anyone who hasn't watched it, please just go watch it. Open your mind up a little bit to it, and it will absolutely blow you away. I think that's extremely fun to watch, and you guys should 100% watch it. So I'd overall give the show a 9 out of 10. I think the last one-third of the show lacks quite a bit, and you guys know why, but I'm going to keep this spoiler-free review. But yeah, overall, 9 out of 10. Great show. Must watch. Go watch it. Let's go.